discussion and agenda meeting, Monday, November 9th, 2015. Flag salute by Ms. Amendola, please.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Mr. Amendola.
Here.
Ms. Amendola.
here.
Mr. Crown.
Here.
Mr. O'Brien.
Here.
Mr. Phillips.
Here.
Ms. Weitzel is absent. Mr. Hayes.
Here.
Mayor Bloom is absent. Manager Scott.
Here. Okay. I'll entertain a motion for the approval of the bill list dated November 9th, 2015.
So moved. Second.
Having been moved and seconded, is there any discussion on the bill list? Hearing no discussion, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. I'll entertain a motion for the approval of the minutes dated October 26th, 2015.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on the minutes? Hearing no discussion, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We have one person signed up for citizen comments. It's on the topic of a walking trail. That's not on the agenda, so I'll hold that till the end of the meeting. Citizens' comments at the end of the meeting for things that aren't on the agenda. Is there anyone who'd like to speak that hasn't signed up for agenda topics? Okay, then we'll go through the agenda and we'll hear about this at the end. Under administration, I'll entertain a motion to authorize the appointment of DEP Technologies for information and technology support services for the borough in the monthly amount of $580 effective January 1st, 2016.
So moved.
Second. All right, so let's start some discussion on this. Why are we doing this?
Technology, the CMEC company, they did a lot of subcontracting of the servers and stuff like that for the, how can I put it? The storage of some of the files, and they were charging us for them. There are some ghost charges that they were supposedly doing that they shouldn't have been doing. Our servers have been pretty bad since they've gotten here. I mean, since the CMIT company had gotten in, there had been discussions about getting a different server, tech service in. So we subcontract, or we set out FOPs for it. And just to change the pace.
What's happening in the office? What's working, what's not working, right?
I mean, they do an okay job, but it is all farmed out. I mean, you never know if you're gonna get somebody in the office or if you're gonna get somebody, in a foreign country that's gonna be working on your problem or something, because it's a, an 800 number that you call. I received just some basic, I guess when Fred was up at Seven Springs, Green Technologies is a new company that just, so they're the one who started the ball rolling. When I first got here, they gave us a proposal, which was, great to see. So I got it from DEP Technologies, who did it in the past. And then CMIT also gave me a proposal. And then it's another organization, was a guy that walked in off the street. And that's what he did. So he gave me another proposal. I gave everybody a copy of the proposals that we received. Everybody was pretty much close to the same monthly amount. DEP, it's nice to have a person that's literally 2 minutes away. You can walk down here if you wanted to. And he's close by, he's there on emergencies. Plus, he's the only one that does take care of the laptops and the police computers.
And I see, it's South CMIT does.
So-
They do not. Dennis still has the laptop. So now everything will be housed under one facility instead of splitting it up, which is, you know, I think it's an ideal situation, because like I said, it's a local businessman, you're giving him the business, but you're also gonna have everybody under one, so, because now it's like, well, do I call CMIT, is that DEP? Because DEP still does the email services and things like that for us as well. So it gets kind of confusing of who does what, so if you have it under one blanket, it's a little clearer.
So what exactly do we get for 580 a month?
That was gonna be my question too. Are we comparing, you know, apples to apples?
Yeah,
So we're not losing anything?
no, we are not, they still come out, they do the backup services, it's emergency services if you need, you know, a couple months ago, Mary needed a new computer because hers just died. You know, so it's just if there's a problem with the server, the backup, you know, you never know what could go wrong,
Yeah,
you
I
know.
mean, to be frank, right, we all know this is a hot issue, right? When we left DEP, right, there were people that wanted to leave DEP, primarily there was I remember at least one charge, which was extremely sensitive. Somebody had a problem with their mouse, guy comes down, shows somebody how to use the mouse, and it was a couple of $100, right? It was on a per hour charge, including like an incident fee and things like that. And that started the ball rolling of why in the world are we paying somebody to show someone how to use a mouse?
But
So
that
then-
was a fee for service, like an incident fee, not a monthly fee.
No, that was like an incident
So we
service, and
didn't
that's what,
pay a
that's where we
monthly
saw.
fee, we just paid a
Right.
as needed fee.
And that,
Well,
that's, that
this is,
fee,
you're gonna pay $580 a month, and that's everything included. Now, unless you have to go buy a new server or something
no,
like
no,
that.
but I mean, if
because something blows up or
someone's having
whatever,
trouble
but-
with QuickBooks, or someone's having trouble with a monitor, or something broken with a mouse, right? The reason why this whole thing started the ball rolling was because we saw an incident charge and an hourly rate that was
But that's
not
because it was
palatable.
piecemeal, like everything.
No,
it was-
that was with DEP.
It was fee for service though.
That
It
was with
wasn't-
DEP.
It wasn't a lump sum, like we didn't pay a standard.
You didn't pay
monthly
DEP a
fee.
monthly standard fee, so you paid him
You
like
paid
whatever
for
he charged,
service.
whenever it
Correct.
came down.
Correct.
So now we're gonna be paying him $580 a month as comparison to CMIT, which is also $580.
But
And
they
you-
didn't-
there may
but
be
they
months
didn't
that
take
you
care of
go
the
that
laptop.
you never call them. It's just
Understood.
you know, it's just a,
Unlimited calls, unlimited service.
right.
Unlimited.
If you have issues, if you have problems, if you can't connect to the internet, you know, whenever I called them because we couldn't connect over here.
So as an
that's just
example, the
one.
only reason we would pay, say, over 550, 580, is if we needed new equipment?
Right, exactly. Or, yeah, right, if you have to replace something, you know, a server, a piece of computer, a piece of hardware, if you want to upgrade software or something like that, if you
So
want to upgrade.
I mean, let's be very clear on this, right?
Right.
No per incident fees.
That's correct,
And
that's what's
so we
gonna
don't,
be.
so that it's
But
not even
then there-
necessary, to know what he charges by the hour, right? Because
Right.
he'll never charge us by the hour.
Right,
And is it
That's right.
24-hour availability?
yes, because of the police department, that's correct.
And he's right in the neighborhood.
And he is. But see, that's what the whole thing is. So there may be months that you go, you don't even call up, but you're still paying them $580 a month. You know, but that's also
Yeah,
because
we
he
moved away
maintains
from
the.
that, we moved away from that because
No,
of the per incident charge that we have, right? I mean, that's what started the ball rolling that no one liked, right? Well, some people didn't care, right? But that's why, because a lot of times with council, right, it feels like the pendulum is just kind of moving side to side, right? We
Right,
left
but then
DEP
when we were-
outraged, and we moved over to CMIT, and now it feels like we're outraged again, and we're moving back over to CMIT, right? This is Groundhog Day repeating itself. What's different, at least this time, it sounds like, is that there'll be no per incident charges. We
Right.
don't need to know what his hourly rate is, because he's never gonna charge us an hourly rate.
And everything is now under one, and it's not this group for email.
Right,
and
because
this
this one is, because
computer,
Dennis
and
does
this
the
one for
email.
phone. So everything
but-
is all under one.
Right,
Okay.
so
Phone,
that's the
email,
one thing that I
computer.
like about it, is that he's under one,
Okay.
everything is under one roof.
And it's
so
a
to
month-to-month contract.
Right.
That,
And it can
right,
be canceled at any time.
And I don't think you know, to me, it doesn't matter. I mean, as long as whomever it is provides
care
the
of it.
service that we need. And we have been going on and on and on about this for a couple of years. And I don't understand what the issue is as far as having somebody come in and give us the service we need without having to hear about it. So I think the biggest issue that I have is making sure that whomever we do have, we'd like to make sure that they do the job that needs to be done. Because I want people to be able to communicate with the borough. There's been issues with that, with the voicemail, with some of the technological glitches that we've had. I basically don't want to hear about those issues anymore. You know, I want somebody to come in here, take care of it. If taxpayers are paying for this, I want it to work properly. So whoever it is, we need to stay on top of it.
Plus, the other thing, whenever you said we went with CMIT, there was no other choice. They didn't put it out to bid. They just said, this is what we're going to take, and that's it.
Well, that's not much different here.
Well, it is.
No, when we put it out for bid, right, what the outrage was is that only one person applied, CMIT.
Well, actually, they didn't put it out to bid. They just didn't tell anybody else. Oh, well, I made some emails, nobody replied. No,
Well, okay, so are you saying we put this out for bid?
we did.
And we got the person we had, DEP who we had, and some guy walked it off the street.
And-
So I might raise the question that putting it out for bid
No.
didn't really materially change anything.
And green 7.
Green 7.
Yeah.
That's what started the ball rolling.
Right, but when there was a big fight, like, oh, it was never put out to bid, how many people could possibly do the service? We should have hundreds of people that want to do this. It doesn't sound like we got hundreds this time around either. So, you know, it feels like, okay, there's a small group of people or small group of companies that are willing to do this. And we're really bouncing back and forth from one to the other. And I tend to agree with Mr. O'Brien, right? We need a certain service. I don't care who provides that service. What I care about is what that service costs. I'm okay with $580 a month, right? But, you know, I don't want to be swinging back and forth as the seasons change over this. And it feels like we're doing that. Now, you know, if Ann says to me, right, I think we're gonna get better service, I think it's easier having it in a house under one roof, and the money hasn't changed. I've got no problem with that, right? I don't. But we better not see an hourly charge. I don't want to see anybody charging anyone how to use a mouse, right? That was outrageous, you have to admit, right? Yeah, it was. So this is a different type of contract. Okay, fair enough. You know, but I don't know. This shouldn't be hard. This should not be hard to accomplish, and if this makes it easier, so be it.
Shouldn't be administrative. Why are we arguing with this? I think the office staff has to make the decision. If the other company, I don't know who it is not providing the service, we have to find a service that works.
Right.
So I don't see that to be an issue. I don't know that that's not the case, but I'm taking your word that.
Yeah, it's just-
Well, we have had issues though where.
We've had some shortfalls with
We've
them.
been talking about
We've
it
had
for
some-
2 years.
So,
Well, then-
can we
I've had
go
some
move
short
to
calls.
vote?
Then that's fine. If that's your recommendation, I have no issues. Let's move on. Let's not beat the dead.
No, I mean, the clear thing is, no hourly rate, no incident calls, and what's the, this, again, I guess, is there any escalation to that number? Is there anything besides new equipment that could actually cause that number to increase in the contract? I have not had a chance to review the contract.
Can I express two issues here? Now, as I understand, DEP does take care of the computers in the police car,
That's correct.
and CMIT, Green, and Pittsburgh Networks would not do that.
That's correct. So
Okay.
DEP
So
would
DEP
still
would
maintain.
take care of the computers in the building and in the police car under this contract.
Correct.
Okay. The second issue is, the second issue is, I think that the phones are under a different contract. They are through CMIT, but that was a separate contract that came in.
Yeah, that's through Ring Central and stuff, right?
Yeah, and it was just arranged, CMIT.
Yeah, they just made the arrangements. We have a separate contract with them, and I have a separate contact person with them
For the phones.
for the phones.
So how does DEP, there's nothing in here that says they're gonna have anything to do with the phones.
No.
It's a separate contract.
Separate contract.
Okay.
It's just for the computers.
I think with the CMIT, they just facilitated us moving from one phone to another when
Yeah.
they started.
That's my understanding.
So that's a separate
Um,
contract, and DEP's got nothing to do with that.
Neither does CMIT.
Well, I mean, obviously, this is a good choice. DEP is, they're close by, they're a local company, you know, I think we ought to go with that.
Okay, we can vote.
Yeah, it sounds, it honestly sounds a little too good to be true, so let's watch the 580 very closely.
Okay. I'll
It
make
should
sure,
not-
I
it
will
should
make
not
sure
be-
that I talk to them about it.
It should not be, in fact, if it is over 580 and it tries to come through the bill list, make a note, to council as to why it's
Okay.
over 580, but as long as it's
The only
580.
thing I can assume would be a piece of software or hardware
Yeah,
or something like that,
something
expanding the
new,
system.
Something new,
Right,
but,
exactly.
who knows what goes wrong with the police computers, and who knows what goes wrong with laptops and this and that, right?
Right,
It sounds
exactly.
like the guy's owning up to more hours than I would be willing to do at only 580 a month, right? If he has a bad month, he's gonna take a bath.
Well, sure,
right?
but then there's
So-
gonna be numerous months that
True,
he's
true, but,
not really doing much.
right, I don't wanna get into a situation if he has a particularly bad month, we just have to get a particularly bad bill for that bad month, right? That's not the contract. The contract is whatever
580 a
you
month.
need done for all the things we've mentioned. Fine. Okay. All right,
There's a first and a motion.
yeah, so it's moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I'll entertain a motion to allow Boy Scout Troop 148 to park a recycling trailer in Crafton Park behind the stage to encourage recycling in the park effective immediately.
So moved.
Second?
How long is it gonna be there?
Indefinitely.
Indefinitely?
How often do they empty it? Like, do they
Whenever
wait till
they
it's
need,
full, and then
whenever it's
take
full,
it?
yeah. I got a picture of it. Here's a picture of the actual, it's like a little trailer. And he said he will, they will, they're gonna be their regular, they'll check it every week, and if that needs to be emptied, if it's twice a week, they'll empty it. But I would assume that during the winter months, it's probably not gonna get filled, but in the summer months would be when it's more frequently filled. And that's, he showed me, this is what they collect, this is how they collect it.
So I'm confused. Everyone can turn in recycling, right?
But this is for
normally.
the park.
It's at the park.
Yeah,
So we're expecting people to like bag their stuff, have the right stuff, and just throw it over into the trailer?
well, yeah, that's what we're hoping. And a
It's
lot of people
cans.
won't, it's gonna be
Typically
cans.
cans.
Okay.
Yeah, it's strictly cans.
It's a fundraiser for the.
Yeah, it's a fundraiser for them. So, yeah, you're gonna have to, you have a party at the park, you're gonna have to say, okay, here's for your cans, and you maybe have a separate barrel for that and some.
Okay.
So hopefully people will participate and put the proper trash in here, but that's their responsibility to separate and sort, and whatever's not needed, then, to say somebody's not gonna throw regular trash in.
Yeah, that's what I mean, right? I don't want it to
That's-
become a nuisance, right, for us or them.
Well,
right?
I
Because
told them
people
that
have-
would be at our discretion, and we may cancel at any time, and they said, that's fine, let's give it a try. And there's no recycling in the park right now.
Yeah, I know there's no recycling, so that makes sense, right?
Is
But
it gonna be one of like those recycling things where they, food cans?
No.
Or is it
No,
still-
it's like a little trailer. This is what he
Okay.
sent me.
Okay. Yeah, they used to have these ones that
Yeah, I
had
know.
nothing but cans, I mean, people just threw cans in.
Yeah, right, but no, this is what he sent me, this is the picture that he's gonna
Okay.
use. Because I asked him, how big was it? So, and he wants to park it in the park.
All right.
Where, in the
Where about in the
Behind
parking
the
lot?
It
stage.
says behind
I
the
don't know,
stage.
he said he would work with Rob on exactly where he wants it.
Behind the stage sounds like it's in the
Yeah.
parking lot.
The edge
you
of
know.
the parking lot?
Yeah, on the edge of the park.
But they actually have right down there by their garbage can.
There's a dumpster there.
Right, maybe park beside that.
Yeah,
Let's make sure they can pick up the dumpster, right?
Right.
yeah, you wanna make sure they can right, have access to the dumpster.
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I'll entertain a motion to appoint Mayor Martin Avery to the vacancy of the Recreation Board position for a term expiring September 30th, 2019.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Anyone give us a little background on Martin Avery?
He's the new chairman of Celebrates, so, resident.
He's also serving on the library board, so I have gotten to know him personally, and
And
he's extremely responsive and very, very interested in the community, and he's very fiscally responsible, and he's been a really, really good volunteer at the library.
yeah, he does seem like he's a pretty, like, go-getter.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. I'll entertain a motion to adopt Resolution 2015-16 to appoint Maher Dussel as the independent auditor to conduct the 2015 annual financial audit.
So moved.
Second.
All right, one question on this. Did, again, history, right? We had a person to do the independent audit, couldn't get them to do it, couldn't get them to do it, it was very late. We went back to these guys, they said we would do it, and they did a fine job, got it done, and we said we would review who was going to do it long-term. Because,
You skipped a guy.
oh,
Kosak was the one that never showed up. You brought in the old one, K-17, they did it.
oh,
Last year, you found Mayor Dussel. Last year was their first audit. And we have a letter agreement that they would do 3 years.
oh, I see. Okay, so this is the group after the people that came in and bailed us out.
Right.
Understood. All right, and then this is
And
for
they
3
gave,
years.
and they did it for 2014, and they did it and completed, and he even said whenever we met with them that the second time is gonna be easier, because now they've
All right.
everything set up.
Right, good, because we moved away from the first group because we said, hey, every so many years, it's good to have another set of eyes. But the person we moved to didn't actually do
To
it.
show up, yeah.
So, all right, so then this one should be simple. Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve real estate tax refunds for 2013, 2014, and 2015 as requested by Jordan Tax Service in the amount of $9,850.51.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on this one? Hearing no discussion, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. I did the draft summary budget overview. Did you want to say something about the draft budget, or just that
No,
it's
just
out there?
that we're still working on it, and we have our next meeting on November 16th, on Monday, a week from today.
Okay. All right. Notice on the zoning hearing board, a 3-year term of 2018, regular member. So we need a regular member. Anyone interested should submit a letter of interest to the Borough Manager's Office by December 1st, 2015. Did somebody, did a term just expire, or did somebody resign?
It expires at December 31st, and I sent him an email, so I haven't received a letter from him yet, but,
Who's expiring?
you know.
Okay.
Who did you say?
Jeff Harvick.
Okay. Another, just a discussion item, for an ordinance for permitting chickens in certain zoning districts. The ordinance is under legal review at this time. Any discussion on this? It seems like this is moving forward.
Well, I was just curious if we were gonna allow cows too.
No mention of
Because
cows.
I like fresh milk.
No mention of cows on this one. Nor bees. There's some
Nor
debate about
bees.
whether
Bees.
we would allow bees, but we'll take that up under a separate ordinance if need be.
But cows are farm animals instead of the same thing, so I was just curious.
No pun intended.
All right. Comprehensive plan. There's minutes available on the Crafton website, and the meeting was also available on YouTube. Does anyone want to provide some color how that went? That attended? You were there, right? Ed?
We had a really nice show. We had about 35 people. Dave was there. We had a lot of nice questions, and, gave an overview of some things that people wanted to see, what some positive aspects of Crafton are, some of the negative things, and then they went over to Ingram last Thursday and had their meeting. There were like 75 people at that meeting. But
Okay. All
a lot
right.
of similar Crafton Ingram Shopping Center, more bring it to attract more business. So there's a lot of similar, concerns.
Does it feel like Patrick is doing a good job?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think they're doing a great job, but, so that's what I said, it was nice to see what the people were interested in, and we can try and incorporate those, things that people are looking for, we can incorporate into the comprehensive plan, and it's a good start, so. It was enlightening, so I did provide the chief and the public works, because a lot of it was simple things, stop signs on certain streets, or, needs replaced, or something like that, so we're already starting to look at some of those items to try and fix those before.
Okay. All right, under Public Works, just that the Public Works employee appointment, there's interviews. We have an opening on Public Works. We received resumes. We whittled that list down. There's going to be an interview day. It's on 11/10/2015. Members of council that were interested in attending those interviews, that was asked at the last meeting. We have one member. This is just information that the interviews will be on the 10th of November. If you wish to participate, see Ann. I see Noble Avenue started paving.
Millie, yes, they did
They
today.
paving today,
Yes,
excellent.
they did.
That's outstanding.
And they
So,
hopefully will mill on Wednesday.
And you'll do it.
Or, I'm sorry, pave today, that's what I meant. Pave, they'll hopefully pave on Wednesday.
yeah, what's
Weather
today's the
permitting.
night, so they were milling today and paving on the 11th, so that's
Right.
good. All right,
Just FYI, because
excellent.
that's been on the agenda for
Oh, I know how long it's been. on the
100
agenda.
years, it
Yeah.
seems like.
It's always gonna be done by the next meeting. Seems like
Well,
it'll be
see?
done by the next
Now,
meeting.
by the next meeting, it will be
Again.
done,
All right.
weather permitting.
Well, all right, that's it under the discussion meeting, so we'll go to the citizen comments to talk about the walking trail. Blair Finley, please step up to the microphone, state your name and your address, and let's hear about the walking trail.
I'm Blair Finley, I live on 42 Broadwood Road. Hi, my name is Blair Finley, I'm a Girl Scout in Troop 50254 with the Carlton community. I am currently working towards my gold award, which is the highest award you can earn in Girl Scouts. The project I would like to complete is to improve and make more user-friendly, better known, and more helpless lives in the walking trail along the road. This project is only in the beginning and planning stages. A few of the ideas I have for the walking trail are park benches, signage, and information on wildlife habitat, garbage cans, and the length of the trail. I'm seeking permission to move forward with this project from the community so that I can submit it to the Girl Scout Council for their approval for this project to be my Woodward project. Your consideration is greatly appreciated. Thank you for your time. And I'm passing around examples of what I would be putting along the trail.
So I think we have a meeting motion, so she can. Okay.
We need a motion specifically for what to submit.
So, because she wants approval, so she can submit it to the Girl Scout Council for approval to do the project. She needs approval from us first, right?
Yes.
And for something like this, we have to have a motion to approve it?
I would think so, yeah, I think that would be a good idea. So she would have something in the records
Put down
to,
there?
these are just some of the
examples.
ideas.
The actual
Right now.
pictures are from the trail near my camp.
Okay.
But they're just ideas of what she's seeking to do.
Now, is this something that you want the borough to do?
I will be,
You're gonna do this yourself?
yes, and I'm seeking help from residents and businesses.
Okay.
What troop are you from, on?
50254.
Sorry, Brandon.
Pass
As
that
long as I
around.
can't see.
Pass that around.
I am, it's fine. I was looking at it.
Making jokes, let's see.
to put 100 hours into this project to earn her gold award. And it would be from starting, coming here and talking to you, making the plan and presenting that to Girl Scout Council. And once she gets the approval, then she would seek if she would need any financial help from businesses or private people, whatever she would like to do. And see if other companies could maybe assist with, her dad's Bill Finley. I don't know if you knew that. But he suggested possibly putting chips down on the trail for walking, or even maybe a light slide or something.
Which trail is it?
The one going down from Backbone
Okay,
Long Creek.
along the creek. Okay, so the only thing I'd ask, before we take a motion is, let's see what the plan looks like, right? And I'd like it to be something that you can complete, right? Doing the entire trail is a Herculean effort, right? I don't believe you can accomplish that. I mean, good luck, right? I'd love to see it all done, 100 hours, but, that's a lot of work. So, if you can't do the whole trail, just kind of, bucket what part of the trail, what you'd like to see accomplished in that part of the trail, so that, you can have a sense of completion, right? Not just work to 100 hours and then stop, right?
Oh, no, she would not do that.
Okay,
It
yeah.
would
Would complete it.
And believe me, you do not, I've walked that trail, that's a very, very long trail. I gotta believe it's gonna take more than 100 hours of your time, unless you get crazy support, right? And you might. It'd be great to see that trail improved, no doubt.
And we're talking about from, on our side of the Chartiers Creek, like, kind of parallel to Backbone.
Basically, it's basically from the Borough Barn all the way to
The
Sharp.
what?
The Borough Barn is at the end of Public Works.
How about the bus
Yeah.
station?
The gate we've always talked about,
Chartiers
right?
Avenue.
Okay, so
From
it
there.
goes from there
Yeah.
to where?
From Crafton Boulevard to the Borough Yard.
Okay.
And I don't know the distance, that's part of the project.
And it's along the creek opposite of where the golf course used to be.
Yeah,
It's on our side.
yeah, it's long. Okay, I'll entertain, you have anything else? No. Okay. I'll entertain a motion to approve Blair Finley, Girl Scout Troop 50254, to do repairs and restoration to the walking trail, what do we call that, the walking,
The Alcoasand right away.
That's the name of the trail? All right,
Say the Borough Barn, say the Borough.
Alcoasand right-of-way trail.
Put it-
Will we be officially naming it?
Yeah, so that's what we'll call that for the purpose of the motion, try to come up with a better name, permanently
I'm
named.
sure they'll
Craft
come
or
up
something.
with a better name.
Yeah, think about that.
I was just gonna say, maybe
Right
she
away,
could
yeah.
come up with a better name than the Alcoasand right away.
With the TBD,
So we're all on the same page, that's what we're gonna call it, but a better name should be added. Okay, I'll approve Blair Finley, Girl Scout Troop 5024, sorry. I'll entertain a motion to approve Blair Finley, Girl Scout Troop 5024, to do repairs and restoration to the Alcoasand right-of-way trail in Crafton toward earning her gold award.
so moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Are there any additional comments tonight? No additional comments? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Meeting adjourned.
Oh, yeah, there's some grants you can take back.